Hey guys, today we have Sonic the Hedgehog action figures from Jakks Pacific. Let's get into it.
You're watching Today I Grew Up.
Hey partners, it's Today I Grew Up here. Please join me on this journey on YouTube by subscribing, hit that alert, and let's get into it.
DJ Blue Jay.
Alright guys, so here they are. The year 2020 gave us something actually pretty cool, and we have a Sonic the Hedgehog from Jakks Pacific, fully articulated figure here on the left. Here on the right is Sonic the Hedgehog Bendy figure. So this one came out last year. I believe it was the wave before we got articulated figures. And these are probably some of the best Sonic action figures I've ever seen in my life. But I did go to Target and I found another Sonic action figure. So I'm able to open this because I want to keep one mint in the box, and I want to open the Bendy figure because I think it's always fun to have the Bendy figure out for display. I don't really want this one mint. The articulated, I definitely do. So I'm going to get these guys open out of the box, and we're going to take a closer look at these awesome Sonic figures. So here we have the Sonic figures outside of the package. They look amazing. The articulated figure here on the left and a Bendy figure here on the right. And one thing that when I first saw the Bendy figure, I was like, I don't want that Bendy figure. He's got a soccer ball. He has a soccer jersey. It's not really my thing, the sports thing. I just want a classic Sonic figure that's fun to pose and throw around and just have for display generally. So what was really awesome about the Sonic figure here on the right was that this jersey is removable and it comes right off. So instantly that is really cool. And if you don't want the jersey, we can just throw it away. And now we have an awesome Sonic figure, which is really cool. The soccer ball is interesting. It reminds me of like a foosball table that we call here in the US, or a soccer table or football table, whatever you want to call it. But it's pretty solid. It's not too bouncy. It's like a thick, dense plastic. Yeah, but it's a cool accessory. It does roll. The articulated figure came with this bouncy accessory. Now what people don't realize is that it has a hole in the bottom. People seem to be confused about this, but I think it's designed to go on a playset. So either it goes on the Green Hill Zone playset that we already got, or they're going to come out with another playset that's going to be to scale with these figures. That in time we will see. I did test the pegs on the Green Hill Zone playset and it fits. So I feel like you can use these accessories for that. Now one thing is they are very similar in sculpt and scale. I don't really notice a big difference in color, size, sculpt. Basically, you know, obviously the Bendy figure has some holes and stuff because they have wires inside of them. So their material's a little different than articulated figures. Mine came with an imperfection, a blemish here, a couple blemishes on the body. So I didn't get like a really good Bendy figure because mine has some imperfections. But it's okay. This is kind of for throwing around and display, so I'm not really worried. But my articulated figure, he's a lot more perfect, I feel. I think that the articulated figures, Jakks Pacific, upped their game. We got 11 points of articulation with this guy, including ball joints for the bottom of the foot. There inside of the shoe, there's a lot of articulation. There's swivel in and out. The only flaw that the articulated figure doesn't have, he doesn't have bendable elbow joints. Other than that, though, he can rotate at the wrist on both sides. He can rotate on his feet. If you want to put him in a running pose, like, there's no issues with him at all with that. He has a lot of articulation abilities. Just alone on his legs, and everything has a swivel and a bend, and it's just awesome. This Sonic has so many awesome cool posability, and he has an open hand here on the articulated figure. If you want to get a ring from the Green Hill Zone playset and put it in his hand, it fits right in his hand, so Sonic can hold a ring. I think it's cool that Sonic can hold a ring, so he definitely has that ability. And what's really cool also about this is, well, he actually gripped that pretty good. What's cool about the Bendy figure, he also has a lot of free range because he's just bendy. So it's actually a little bit limiting in movement. It's a little bit stiff, the wires. I'm sure the wires get flexible with time. He also has an open hand here on this Bendy figure, which I like, so he can also hold a ring like articulated Sonic. So that is actually a cool plus. So both Sonics can hold a ring if you really want them to. And that's really cool. Chow also comes with rings. So if you guys need extra rings, you know, have the Green Hill Zone playset, try to find a Chow. He comes with 3 golden rings. But yeah, these Sonics are really cool. and I'm going to try to get them in some similar poses. Here's a side running pose. And what's really cool about the articulated figure, it's better for stop motion because he has a lot of static joints that make it look more fluid. I think the Bendy is you're gonna have trouble with stop motion because it's really hard to just bend it just right and have it stay. I actually had a harder time making him in a running pose than I did with the articulated figure. So keep that in mind when you do pose them. I think the articulated figure has the edge on the Bendy, just because you get a cleaner static pose, and this one is kind of unreliable because it's bendy, so you have to bend it just right, and that's a little harder to do than it is to just bend some joints. So I definitely had fun posing these guys. You can pose them to how you would like them to look, but let's get a zoom in on the facial expressions. So as you can see, the Bendy figure, Sonic kind of has a smile, open mouth, and the articulated just has a red line, and he's actually frowning a little bit more on the forehead, as you can see there in the sheen. He's actually frowning a little more on the forehead, and Bendy is not. So you can see there's definitely differences in that. It just depends on what expression of Sonic you like better. I personally like the articulated better. Now that I look at these two, I just really like the look of the articulated figure over the Bendy. I think they made some improvements on his head sculpt. His forehead seems a little wide here, too wide, and it looks a lot more proportioned. I think they definitely improved the head sculpt overall in the articulated figure over the Bendy figure, but that's just my personal opinion. I just think they did better here. His ears are a little sloppy on the articulated figure. That has been a chief complaint. The Bendy figures are cleaner on the ears, I feel, but overall, if I had to pick one, at the end of the day, this articulated figure definitely wins this contest for me. Well, there you guys have it, my detailed look into the articulated Sonic figure and the Bendy figure that we got from Sonic. And I just really love the articulated figure. At the end of the day, that is going to be my favorite choice and pick here for the best Sonic figure that I've ever owned and I've ever seen on the toy market. I know some other toy companies in the past have done things, but I really like Jakks Pacific here. I think they're just improving with time. And as you can see from the Bendy figure to the articulated, they're making huge leaps and bounds of improvement every time with the new waves. So I highly recommend you pick up the articulated figure if you can find them. Go to your local Targets. I have seen them a few times. Tails is definitely the rarest. I can't find Tails anywhere, so good luck and happy hunting. Hopefully you can collect them all for your collection. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, for liking, for subscribing to my videos, sharing my videos with your friends. Really means the world to me. I got more videos coming this week. Put on that alert, and I'll see you guys on the next video review.